Trump just announced a 25% tariff on all foreign made vehicles. Trump and his administration has stated that this tariff is going to come into place on April 2nd and is expected to generate about $100 billion in revenue for the United States. Funny thing about it is a lot of American based car companies had taken a dip after hours in the stock market due to this news, such as Ford, General Motors Company, and Stellantis, which is pretty much a collection of a lot of different American car brands. Analysts are saying that a lot of these American-based car companies are experiencing this volatility because they have a lot of factories out of the country, such as in Canada, Mexico, and China. Because of this news, European car companies such as Porsche had already suggested that they're going to pass this extra cost on to consumers. The Trump administration has stated that they're doing this because they're hoping that their American-based companies will now bring their factories to the US to increase job growth. Over on top of this, I also believe that the Trump administration is pretty much getting back at the other companies who have tariffs on us for cars that we export to them. For example, China has a 15% tariff on us for cars that goes to China, and the EU has a 10% tariff on cars from the US. However, since manufacturers coming back to the USA is going to take some time, and also there's a 25% tariff on aluminum right now as of March 12th in the United States, I anticipate a big price increase for used vehicles, new vehicles all across the US. With this new tariff potentially negatively affecting us, here's 3 things you could do right now with this new auto tariff. Let's talk about it. First thing you could do is buy a new car before these tariffs come into play. Since these tariffs are expected to come into play on April 2nd, there's still a short amount of time for y'all to get that new car if you need a new car. Second is to consider buying a used car. Personally, I think the used car market is going to be impacted as well because a lot of people may not buy new due to the tariff, so the used car is going to become a hot commodity and that could increase prices. However, I don't see it being more expensive as analysts are expecting for new cars to be, since there's going to be a lot more tariffs on the new cars being created. Lastly, if you got a car that still works and you don't got to worry about nothing, just run that car into the ground. Even without tariffs, I think this is the best way to build wealth since it frees up your cash flow for stocks, real estate, etc. But if your car is Gucci, don't buy nothing new. Just run it through the ground. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Is Trump bugging or is he onto something? It's D-War. I'm out of here.